Back at you on another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com. Offer of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com, baby. We back at it. Saturday night. You're doing it, baby. You know? Yes, sir. It's official. It's official. Like a referee with a whistle. Back at it, baby. So like, share the video, subscribe if it's your first time being here. We kicking some. We talking that talk tonight. Talking that talk. Hold up. Messing around, we watching some Patreon videos. Okay. Yeah, I do have some interesting videos on Patreon. Somebody told me that a couple of days ago. somebody told me that. Yeah, Patreon, on my Patreon, I try to talk about things that most people don't talk about. I try to talk about the taboo subjects in society, the taboo subjects in American society that most people, they don't want to touch. They don't want to talk about the things that I talk about, you know? But the only problem with that is the taboo subjects are the things that you should be talking about, or the things that we should be talking about in society. We should be talking about religion. We should be talking about sex. We should be talking about politics. We should be talking about education in the school system and the politics on these jobs. These are the things we should be talking about, but people don't want to talk about it. They get scared or get uncomfortable. They be like, I ain't touching that. They start acting all weird, like all scared, like, ooh, their eyes get all big, you know. They get scared. They're like, man, you gonna live scared all your life? I can't live like that. I'd rather die than be a coward. That's just me though. I'd rather die than be a coward. Than live like a coward, I'd rather die. That's just me. You know. Watching some videos from 2018. Good shit. And you went back all the way to 2018. Yeah. I had some long videos in 2018. I had videos that were 30, 40 minutes, sometimes an hour. Yeah. I had videos of like an hour, 30 minutes, an hour long. I try not to go do videos no longer than 30 minutes. I try not to. Yeah, it'd be an hour plus sometimes, man. Back last year. But I'm talking like I'm kicking game. I'm saying stuff that you never heard written before. I'm talking about stuff that haven't been written before. No book talks about some of the stuff I have on my Patreon. I've never read a book about some of the stuff that I talk about. The stuff that I talk about, as a matter of fact, check this out. The stuff that I talk about, I've met some people in the past that have books out. And they don't even put those topics in their books. They won't do it. And let me tell you why they won't do it. Because they feel like if they write about the stuff that I talk about, it's going to go over a lot of people's heads. So they'll say that. So they just put the simple, watered down, trendy information in society. They'll put that in there. They'll talk about that stuff. but they're not going to talk about any psychology, human behavior. They're not going to, they might touch on it a little bit, and they'll keep moving up. It'll keep it moving on to something else. Now, Robert Greene, the guy that wrote the 48 Laws of Power and the newest book, the Laws of Human Nature, he touched on a lot. I got to give him props. He touched on a lot as far as human behavior and psychology and you know, he go into great details, but that's rare. Most people are just going to tell you how to socialize with people. Oh, you dress this way, you talk this way, you're mirrored of a person. If they do this, you do that. You cut your hair bald. If they give a comment, you give a comment. They'll tell you how to fit in and socialize with people, but they're not telling you how to have an unfair advantage. They're not telling you how to dominate, how to take over. They're not telling you how to do any of that stuff. They just want you to fit in and be average. That's all most people telling you to do. They're not telling you how you can empower yourself and live a better life. They're not telling you how to do any of that. And if they tell you how to do that, you're going to have to pay them thousands of dollars. And I'm not mad at them for charging people thousands of dollars. I'm not mad at them at all. Because I believe that some people are just not ready. They're just not ready to hear certain things. I believe that. I believe if you can have all the right information and have the best intentions, but if you're talking to the wrong people or the wrong person, it's going to go over their heads. They're not going to be ready for it. They're not open. So share the video. Share the video, man. And this is a lot of the stuff that while we're growing up, we're not taught this. We're not taught this. This is not something that you hear in school. It's not even something that your parents really tell you about. Some of your parents are uncomfortable telling you the real deal, stuff that you really need to hear. They would rather leave it up to the teacher at school or somebody out the street tell you. They say, I'm so uncomfortable. And it sets you up for failure, basically. I agree there. I'm ready to hear certain things. You can tell some of the reactions are, why are mothers scared to tell you the truth about women? Because mothers they feel like if they tell you about women, if they tell you too much, they feel like they'll be exposing themselves. That's how a lot of mothers are. And it ain't just, they've been like that. But my mom was a little different. Now, my mom did get uncomfortable with a lot of things that I asked, a lot of questions I asked, and a lot of things that we talk about. But she still was honest about it. I could tell she got a little, She didn't really want to talk about certain things, but she was honest. And I respected my mom and both of my parents for that, because they could have lied and did what most parents did. But I think most parents, especially in the time that I grew up, because my parents were older. My parents were older. You know, my mom had me when she was 40. So, if my mom was living today, she'd be 85. And my dad would be 92. So my parents were older than, would be older than the people in my age bracket today. Most people's parents in my age bracket, their parents in the 70s. You know, most of their parents are not in the 80s or 90s. So a lot of parents feel like they'd be exposing themselves if they give you too much game. But I always look at it like this. I wouldn't want to let my kids go out there in the blind just because I feel uncomfortable telling my kids about something. See, that's being selfish. That's being selfish. You're only looking out for yourself. No. That's the problem with a lot of people. A lot of people are selfish. So you got to see the big picture sometimes. You can't think in the moment all the time. You got to think about, what is this decision gonna? Well, you got to think, where does this decision stem from, and how is it going to impact me or my offspring in the future? You got to think like that. You got to think big. You got to think 3 to 5 steps ahead. That's why they say it's chestnut checkers. That's where that phrase comes from. That's what it's really all about. See, if you're a simple-minded person, you're gonna think like in the moment. You're gonna be just doing stuff, and then you're gonna find yourself in some sticky situations, and then you're gonna be like, man, why this had to happen to me, man? I ain't got I can't get a break. Well, the reason why you can't get a break, because you're making too many bad decisions. And you got to look at who you're hanging around. Yeah, people do avoid the real. Not all women. I never said all women were the same. Biggie Shorty, 88. I never said all women were the same. But majority of them are the same. Majority of women are the same. The average women is the same out here today. If you put 100 women in the room, the majority of them are going to be the same. Really? It's kind of like if you're at your job. If you got an office job, corporate job, a lot of women in these jobs. And the majority of these women are the same. And there's nothing special about most women that work in the office. They don't really stick out like that. Everyone is like a cog in the wheel. Basically. Think about it. And anyone that's working in a corporate environment or any office environment can co-sign that. There's nothing special about any woman in a corporate environment or in the office. All of them are stabbing each other in the back because they want to get promoted. Sugar and spice and everything nice. What's up, Pink Lady? Just like some women who go through hell with different men. It's like you said before, the energy you put out is what you get back. Yeah, what you put up, what you give off is what you usually get back. Yeah, that's usually how it works. That's why I talk about in my book, you got to raise your energy. You got to raise your energy. You have to understand, if you there's some stuff in society you can overcome on a social level. Now there's some stuff you just can't overcome because this society is so structured, and it's like social engineering on a level where it's like you can't go at it alone. You can't go at it alone out here. If you want to do anything on a we ain't got to be a massive level. Or if you want some type of impact in this society, if you're trying to do anything in your town, your city, you're gonna need support. It's like the brainwashing and the propaganda campaigns is off the hook out here, man. I've never seen it the way it is, like it is today in my life. I mean, you got people online and people on mainstream television just saying whatever today. That wasn't like that 20 years ago. Wasn't like that 15 years ago. People are just saying what's on their mind today. And I don't got a problem with it. I don't got a problem with it at all. I like it the way it is. It's wide open season. I like it that way. Because you know why? I don't have to figure out who is who and where you stand. And that saves time. See, once I know who you are, what you stand for, and what position you take, I know how to deal with you. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, they would camouflage themselves. They would put on a different face and come around you and smile and grin and act like they're your friend and your buddy and got your best interest. They would do all kind of stuff, hook you up with girls, man, whatever. Hit the like button. Yeah, today, yeah, they would hook you up with girls at the job, hook you up with girls outside the job, and you would swear that they like you, but they didn't. Today, I mean, that still happens, but today people are usually straight up with it. They'd be like, "Nah, I don't like you. I don't like you. I can't stand you." Or they'll go behind your back and say it to somebody else, and hopefully that person will tell you, you know. And sometimes some people just give it off. They'll give off the vibe because they can't help it. So you go hard with that knowledge. I know that new book. I'm not mentioning the name. I'm gonna let you do that. Will be fine. Yeah, yeah. The new book. I think. I think a lot of people are gonna like it better than the last book that I wrote. I think. We'll see though. Yeah, we'll see. Hit the like button. Get the lights up. Yeah, I think yeah, most people have the wrong information. And this is why they find themselves in certain situations, man. And then some people, they've been in the same situation for so long, it becomes normal to them. And some people would rather stay comfortable than do something new, even though the new thing is better than the old thing. Think about that. Some people, even though the situation they're in is raggedy, they would rather sit in that raggedy position than to go and do something new, even though the new thing would empower them. That doesn't make any sense. That's what most people would say. But a lot of people are like that, bro. A lot of people are like that. It's kind of like, what it's kind of like? It's kind of like a woman that's been getting beat up by a guy. And she's been getting beat and battered for so long, for years. That's become normal for her. So now, if her friends be coming up to her saying, hey, why don't you leave that man? He been abusing you for 5, 10, 7, 15 years, whatever. And that woman, that battered woman is going to be like, nah, it's not that bad. She ain't going nowhere because she's become accustomed to that treatment. And this is what happens to a lot of people out here. They've become accustomed to getting rolled on, getting shitted on, until it's like, if you present them with some new information or a new move or anything new, they're not going to be open to accepting that. Shout out to you, man, for the 20. They're not going to be open to it. They've conditioned their mind. They've programmed their mind to get used to it. Get used to getting screwed over, basically, and mistreated. And then you have some people where it's like they'll get mistreated. You might tell them that you got mistreated, right? And then you tell them how you're going to respond to the mistreatment. And they'll say, oh, wait a minute, man. You don't got to go about it that way, man. I'm like, yo, if I'm getting mistreated, I didn't do nothing wrong. There's no rules how I respond back. There's no such thing as a fair fight. What are you talking about? You got people that think like this. They'll get mistreated and they're looking for a fair fight. I'm like, look, there's no such thing as a fair fight. If I'm getting mistreated and I didn't do nothing wrong, gloves off, brother. I'm pushing back by any means that I feel that I should handle it. That's just me. But there's no rules. There's no rules when it comes to fighting. People think like this out here. This is the craziest thing. I don't understand it. I won't ever understand it. I don't want to understand it. because I weren't raised that way. I weren't trained that way. That's sad when it comes normal to them. Low, it's much worse than low self-esteem. No, it's worse than low self-esteem. What's the name of your book? My book, Love Can't Wait. The name of my last book is Love Can't Wait. It's on Amazon. I dropped the link in here right now, as a matter of fact. Yeah, there's no such thing as a fair fight, man. I don't know where, and I don't know where people get these philosophies from, and rules of thinking from. There it is. That's the link right there. Good evening, shut the truth. Most moms don't tell their sons about females because they don't want their dirty laundry out. Sons will realize mama was a hoe. Yeah, just like I said that earlier. Mom don't want to put her dirty laundry out there. But see, that's another thing. A lot of moms know that they ain't worth a nickel. They know that a lot of these moms know they ain't hitting on nothing. That's why the dad ain't around. That's why the dad left. Because he got his real family down the street. The real family live on the other side of town or live out of state somewhere. See, your mom was a side chick a long time ago. She forgot to tell you that. You know? I'm not saying anything wrong being a side chick. I'm just telling you, a lot of these moms need to be honest. They make these guys to be such bad guys. I'm like, no, she's just a side chick. That's why the dad don't come around as often. And another thing, a lot of times these women tried to trap the guy. So they had a baby for the guy. The guy didn't really like her. She got pregnant. The guy shouldn't have got the woman pregnant. You know, but shit happens. And now the kid got to suffer. You know? That's unfortunate. It happens. Because guys are willing to smash the woman even though he don't like her. And that's bad business. You should, this is just my opinion, guys. This is my opinion. You should never lay down with a woman if you don't like her. I'm talking like if you don't like being around her, y'all don't get along, don't lay up with her at all. Period. Don't do it. Because if you get her pregnant, things go left. Boy, you're gonna have some problems on your hands. You know. So me personally, if I don't like if I can't get along with a woman, I don't like being in her presence for long periods of time, I won't lay up with her. I just won't do it. And I know it's easy to say that because a lot of times she's easy to get for you. But don't do it. Don't do it, man. That's why a lot of guys are on child support. You know? Because that woman was basically a hood rat. Now you're all messed up. Now, you knew she was trifling, but you laid up with her anyway because it's an easy hit. You know? Also, moms, they not worth anything, make their kids, especially sons, weak. The only man they can control is their sons. That's why so many young men are weak-minded. They can't make decisions. Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry, that's funny as the truth. He doesn't really like her having unprotected sex. Uh, Female mouths keep running like Niagara Falls. Will run a man's smooth off. Yeah, a lot of women have bad habits of talking. Blah 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 blah. They get that from their moms, man. And they look at the television too. They pick up these bad habits from the mom, the people that hang around, and the television. And they think that running the mouth all the time, they think that's cute. That's not cute at all. Be quiet sometimes. Nobody want to hear all your problems. Like every woman, almost every person I met all over the past 20 years, they think their problem is so unique from everybody else. I'm like, no. Everybody else is going through the same thing you're going through. If you live in this city, everyone has to deal with traffic. Everyone has to, majority of people have to get up in the morning to go to work. If they got kids, every person has to get up and make sure the kids get dressed for school. That ain't your situation ain't unique. Ain't nothing special about that. Come on, man. I mean, a lot of these most people don't realize that they've been set up to fail. They've been programmed to fail. They don't even realize it. They think that they're great and they're doing a great job because they work 40 hours a week. You just work 40 hours a week. Ain't nothing special about that. Come on, man. You do the same thing every week for the past 5, 10, 15 years. You work 5 days a week and can't wait until Friday comes. Whoop-de-doo. God bless you. Man, you're special. Please. Give me a break, man. Am I saying your parents was a side chick? Am I saying your mom was a side chick because my parents are divorced? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying this. If you were born in the time that I was born and you didn't see your dad much, 9 times out of 10, your mom was a side chick. That's what I'm telling you. If your dad didn't come around much when you were growing up, and your mom didn't get married to your dad when I was growing up, and you didn't see him much when you was growing up, 9 times out of 10, your mom was a side chick. I'm telling you, that's how it was when I was growing up. And everybody knew who the side chick was. So it wasn't some secret. It wasn't no damn internet back then, no social media. But everybody knew what it was. See, there's rules and there's like unspoken rules. Nobody had to. You didn't have to put a title on the woman to call her a side chick. Everybody knew what it was. His family stayed around the curve, and the dad used to stop by once, maybe once a week, maybe every 2 weeks he'll stop by. Yeah, that's my daddy right there. I said, y'all do look alike. Yeah, we look just alike. Yeah, that's it. Everybody knew what time it was. It wasn't like, you know, his wife didn't come over to the house and raise hell. No, his wife stayed where she stayed in the house down there because everything was understood. That's how it was, man. People who run their mouths, some have mental problems. Also, many blacks feel if I can run my mouth faster, longer than others, then I am strong. That's why so many of us want to be rappers. I never thought about why a lot of people want to be rappers. The people that talk, the people that talk the most are the weakest, though. That's the thing. That's why you should listen more than you talk. But if you listen more than you talk, you're gonna pick up a lot of stuff that most people won't pick up on. But if you blabbing, you're just talking like blah 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 blah. There's no power in that. You're just rambling. See, a lot of people engage in the self sabotage. It's like, and they don't even realize it. They just think what they're doing is it works. But the problem is, see, they have people around them that won't tell them, "Hey, man, you need to chill out on that." People. You know what's crazy to me is people that you probably hang around, and you've been around these people. They'll hang around people for years and never check them on anything. Never say, "Hey, maybe you need to stop doing that, bro. That's kind of fun. That ain't cool no more. You ain't in the 20s no more. You're 45, 50 now. It ain't cool to be drunk, walking around by yourself at night at 45, 50. That ain't cool no more." But people won't say anything. They'll be like, I ain't want to hurt its feeling. Hurt, man, it might be time to hurt its feeling. I mean, you got people are cowards out here today. People should strive for success, not mediocrity. Man, that's everywhere. As soon as you try to be great at anything, you got people around you just telling you, "Oh, I love you the way you are." I like, well, hey, that's great, but I like you the way you are. You're just fine. I'm like, what? It ain't about you. It's about me. How I feel about myself more than anybody else, buddy. You know. So being average is like that's accepted in society. Trying to be great at anything, oh, that's seen as radical. That's seen as, depending on who you are, you're uppity. You're trying to be uppity. Depending on who you are, you know. I've been called that, so I know. You're one of those uppity types. I said, oh, come out and say what you really feel, buddy. I know what you really want to say, but you ain't gonna say it. Yeah, I had somebody tell me that, man, in the office, at the job. They say that at the job, they can get away with that at the job. They can get away with that. But if we was in the street, they would have never said that. You know. Yeah, man.